Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. I hope everyone is well. Hi Shanley, it's nice to see you. Cyberly, I hope you're well. Oh, let's see, a general reading. I can, those were a little tougher, but if you have a specific question, yeah, that would be nice. I can do a general reading. Let's start with cards to get me and see how things go from there. Doesn't look like. Hi, Jessica Lynn. Nice to see you. From your higher self. Okay. I'm going to work with Wisdom of the Oracle. And by the way, Bogey says hi. I'll probably cruise around and get behind the seat here in just a second. Oh, this is a really interesting one. Right now, you are in the energy of tribe. So I don't know if tribe in your case means, you've been going on, see the tribe. And there are all different types of creatures in the giraffe's tribe. And just like there are so many different types of people in our walks of life, right? So if you look at the side of the trunk, you can see the face of the oracle in there as well. So there's some energy going on. See, it shows the younger giraffe with its mom and lots of birds. Birds in flight means things are coming up, coming for a change. And you're looking for your tribe. Okay, good. That makes sense. So what it says, if you're in the process of looking for your tribe and trying to find, like-minded people, your efforts are blessed. And again, wings taking flight. This beautiful angel fairy coming out of a nautilus seashell, which is right here. It's really interesting. Before I got these cards, you'll see in the upper right hand corner, this is my symbol for evolution too, the nautilus seashell. So your efforts are totally blessed. And the reason and the way is by tuning into your higher power, which is, your higher self, checking in with your guides, checking in with your soul. I don't know if you've been shown ever a way to just sort of tap in with your soul. You can do that by just taking a deep breath, closing your eyes, and with your eyes closed, you take some deep breaths and get clean and clear and just look down as if pretend you're in a seated position like I am. I would look down with my eyes closed and, envision and even feel my thighs, my legs. And then beyond that, just relax into that feeling. And then look down even further as if you're looking beyond your body, beyond the earth, down into your own very soul, and you can pose a question and then just notice how you feel. It's a beautiful way to try to get to, well, not try to get yes or no answers, because if you're asking a question like, should I move forward with this job, for example, and you notice that you don't feel right inside, that could be an indicator that maybe you need to take a closer look at that, or maybe keep looking. But this is a really good way to tap into your own heart space, to tap into that place inside yourself that resonates. Anyone can do this. It doesn't take any special ability to be able to just look down inside yourself. And I just use that as a Kickstarter, I guess, the movement of my eyes to kind of help reinforce the intention and let spirit and my guides know that this is what I'm going to be doing. So I hope that makes sense for you. I hope that helps. But what you're looking at, this tribe that you're looking at, or if you're looking for them and haven't found them yet, just know that your efforts will be blessed. Oh my God, I still have it from my last show. I still have the thing in my ear. So anyway, I hope that helps. And yes, glad to be able to help. Bora Bora 333, nice to see you. Lois Teresa, it's very nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Should I use the frequency sounds? You know, Chanley, that's a really good question. When you're doing meditation or just when you're out and hanging out in your house, I love to use the frequency sounds. I like 473 for calm and for peace. You can also, YouTube has so many. You can go and tune into ones for focus. They even have some for memory. They have some beautiful ones for calm and sleep, and you can just let them stream all night while you're sleeping. But if you want to focus and if you want, you know, to find your tribe or to tune into your own higher self, tune into your soul, yeah, I would use the soul frequency sounds and try different frequencies and see which one really helps jumpstart your efforts. Different ones work different ways for different people, you know. But I love that you're a seeker, and I think your efforts will be rewarded. And you know, it's really true what they say. You take one step towards your higher self, towards your guides, towards your higher power, and they'll take 10 steps back towards you. I mean, they're just so excited and so ready to be there to guide you. So I hope that helps. And yeah, you'll have to check back in and let me know how the frequency sounds go for you too. Okay, I'm going to move one. See what's next. Kathleen Moore, right there. Could you please tell me about my spirit guides? Hi, Kathleen. Thank you for the question. Spirit guides in general are the people, well, there's one main guide who comes with you throughout your lifetimes, and it's the one who guides you from birth until the time that you cross back over into spirit. And what generally happens is there are others that come in at different times in your life depending on the chapter of the life that you're in. When you're in elementary school, you don't need the same kind of guide as say you do now at this age, at this time of your life, when you're already an established professional or established in your field or maybe retired, or you have just different needs and different things going on. So your guides do shift and change. And if you've got a special project going on or you need healing, and you can call in a healing guide. There's many different types of modalities of healing guides, and I don't like to try to specify with mine. When I need healing, I just call in Archangel Raphael and ask him to send me a guide who can help me with fill in the blank, and then trust what I get. Trust the energy because you'll notice as you meditate, the feelings that you get, the sensations that you get, the messages that you may receive have a different tenor, a different timbre to them once you call in a new guide. So if you're asking for details about the spirit guides in your life right now, I can just see what I can see. So hang on one second. So there are actually two who are working side by side, and then one is just sort of androgynous. I can't really tell that it has a male or a female gender about it. I mean, it has what I would call like a humanoid form, like, ours. The other one is more of a swirl, more of a swirling mist around this energy, and it's more like I'd say an egg-shaped energetic body with kind of a swirl going around it. So this energy is, not from Earth, obviously. It's not that kind of energy. So it's a beautiful celestial energy. And it's coming in to support you. I'm not sure what's going on with you, Kathleen, or if there's something going on that you feel in need of support or could use some support with, but this guide is here to support you in whatever it is that you're going through. So I hope that helps. Let me know. Let's see. Lois Teresa. Hi, Donna. It's so interesting. My middle name is Teresa, too. I don't know if I ever told you that. We are watching my sister's dog, Turbo. She is a senior and a fragile girl. Is Gracie, my giant, okay with Turbo? Gracie was grumpy when we walked in the door. Thank you, Donna. Let me just tune into Gracie. Well, in the initial sense, Gracie is a little bit of a, I don't want to say diva, but she's definitely used to being an only dog and she's happy in that role. And so she was just a little bit jealous. But as she's getting used to Turbo's energy, you know, they pick up on each other and she understands there's always a hierarchy in the animal kingdom, just like there kind of is in with humans. And they respect their elders. And so Gracie is showing a little bit more deference. I also see that Turbo feels somewhat tired. Um, I don't know if she's going to have the motivation to set a boundary and correct Gracie if Gracie goes too far. So it would be really interesting to kind of supervise them and see how Gracie responds, just in case Turbo is not strong enough to, you know, rear up and say, "Hey, I'm the boss here. I'm the old lady." So that would be. She just feels tired. Let me ask. And she's a little anxious, not sure where her mom is. She's not sure where her mom is. So you might want to try sending pictures to Turbo, envisioning where your sister is, you know, so that Turbo can understand that this is where she is. And, you know, maybe in 1 or 2 nighttime sleeps, however long you're going to be keeping her, 7 nighttime sleeps, you know, she'll be back. And then you can count them down every day and say, okay, you know, it's a new day today, only 1 more nighttime sleep, and then mom's going to be back. And, you know, that kind of thing. And envision your sister coming through the door, or envision you getting in the car and her going home to her home again, that kind of thing. Just look at her, try to communicate with her in pictures. It's a great way for them to think and receive, especially if they're feeling anxious. You may also try, I think I've mentioned it before, there's one particular channel for dogs that is really good for sound frequency, and just to play it in the background to try to help her and to help Gracie also get calm. It's Merlin's Realms on YouTube. I'm just putting it in the chat. Merlin's Realms. He has some of the best, I say he, Merlin's Realms has some of the best melodies and things that really, really work. They're super effective with my 2 dogs, and my little dog is like Cujo when somebody comes to the gate or tries to deliver a package, you know. But when I've got that music playing and I play the sleep, or I'll play the calm, or I'll play, you know, the love frequency for them during the day. And if I'm gone, they always get the anxiety one. But he's actually slept through a delivery. That's how well and how calming the music is for my 2. So I don't know if that helps y'all, and hopefully Lois, that may help you too. Let's see. Let me go back. I just want to go back and tune into Gracie real quick. And she's also like energetically pressing into you and looking to you for like, okay, how long is this going to go on? You know, how long is she going to be here? So might be good to just tell them both. Send those same pictures to both of them. And I wish you luck. I sent them the picture, but I didn't know how long, you know. It's just I just sent the sleepover. She's going to spend the night. I hope she's going to spend the night. Anyway. Thanks, Lois. Feel free to give me some more information and I'll try again if it doesn't get too busy here. Hey, Chanley, thank you. I hope you will update me. Joe, hi Donna. Could you please tell me if my guides have any messages for me about future, travel, health, etc.? Okay. Well, it's really interesting as I tune into your guides, it's like I see a jet taking off almost like in the background behind them. So that's really cool. I'm also seeing water. I mean, I don't know what kind of travel you're thinking about doing, but you could fly, you could take a cruise. But it's like they've got bags are packed and they're ready to go wherever you want to go. Let's do this. It's time for you to take some time to be good to yourself, have an adventure, and get gone. It's like they're saying it's past time. This, I'm getting this. So what they're saying is your schedule has been a lot of go to work, come home, sleep, rinse and repeat, and doing a lot of work. So I'm not sure if that's true for you these days, but they're ready for you to have a break. It's time before you burn out to take a break. Give yourself a chance. Let me tune into health. Well, there's a little bit of this may come in with from what I'm doing with you with the you're on my Reiki list, but there is some mobility challenge there, but they're suggesting that it doesn't need to slow you down, to at least get out, change your scenery, do something different. As I tune into this, I'm also being made aware of some like digestive issues, like some stomach upset, but gut area type of issues. So I don't know if that makes sense, but this is something to be mindful of. If you get more rest, drink more fluids. Hello, I need to do the same thing. But they're saying get more rest and drink more fluids and just watch the intake of like sodas and coffees and things like that. A little cleaner diet, you can nip this and get past whatever this potential digestive issue is. So I hope that makes sense for you, Joe. I hope you can use that. Mado. This is it for me right now. This is just the way my computer is set up. But thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. Jessica Lynn. May I have a spirit guide question? I've been very emotional recently and would like any guidance. Okay. Let's let the spirit, your guides work with us, and your spirit work with us through the cards, and then we'll tune in. If there's anything left to make sure it's complete, I'll tune into your guides. This has been, I will say, an emotional time for a lot of people. Depending on your astrological sign, there's just been a lot of heavy energy. But this is to a new moon. We just entered into, I think, yesterday or day before. Yesterday. And so it's all about Gemini and new possibilities, but Gemini is also an emotional sign. So, that may be triggering some of the emotions all over the place, crying at the drop of a hat, maybe having an inability to make decisions, a little free floating anxiety. Those are the kinds of things that can happen also when Gemini comes in. So let's just see what they're saying is this is an excellent time for you to be the observer. See the little fox with the spyglass looking at the moon and those flags up at the top of the card, which means that's another also a harbinger of change. So this is something that be very good for you to do. And notice what you notice, when you get triggered and you feel a surge of emotion, be it, tearful or sad or happy or angry or whatever it is, just kind of notice what it was and try to come back, picture yourself out of body, looking down on yourself and trying to look at it objectively in third person, like, okay, so what happened there? What was with that? And then if you start to see a lot of the same kinds of things that are setting you off, then what that means is spirit is bringing you to a place where you can look at an old wound and heal it, call it out, talk about it, write it out. If you can find a trusted person to talk about it with, talk through it, look for it. I don't know, you can find, looking back through this lifetime, anything that may have led you to have this particular, whatever it is that's causing this emotion, whatever it is that's, the consistent thread that's setting things off. See if it's from this lifetime. If it's nothing you can come up with, maybe it's from a past lifetime. And if that's the case, there's a prayer of releasement, and just say, what you do is you just say out loud, I lovingly forgive myself and all others in all directions of time. And so it is for any past hurts that I may have caused, and for any hurts that have been done to me. I release all of it and release all others in all directions of time. That takes care of whether it's something in a past life, whether it's something in this life, whether it's something that's, just some karmic baggage that you need to clean and clear. That will work. So I really hope that helps. That prayer of releasement can be repeated. If you continue to feel maybe something else starts coming up and becoming a common thread, you can say, you release this energy of, I'm just going to use anxiety for an example. And whoever has caused this and whatever I've done to cause this in all directions of time, I lovingly forgive myself and all others. And really say it, and say it until you could feel it coming from your heart. I like to tell people to do it every day for 30 days, because at first people are kind of skeptical. I know I was kind of skeptical when I first, learned how to do this. And but by the time I got halfway through it, I meant it. And by the time I got to the 30th day, I really meant it. Whoever it was that had harmed me or whatever I had done, I really, forgave myself and forgave others. We are the last ones to forgive ourselves. So, try to be sure and take it easy. Take it easy on you. Let yourself off the hook. None of us is ever perfect. So I hope that helps, Jessica Lynn. Let's see. By the way, I did draw 2 cards for you. Back before I leave you, Jessica Lynn, the next card in terms of action is time to go. So it really is time to go. It's time to let go. It's time to release and make room for something new to come in. By doing this prayer of releasement, it's an intention of releasement. I call it a prayer just out of convenience sake, but it, just helps you to get set on a new path, change your trajectory, take control of your destiny, and start to manifest something new. But you have to be able to stop looking back. But you can't look forward if you're continually looking back. So take stock, take notice, name it, claim it, and then let that stuff go. You can do it, and you can move on. You can heal your karma. Y'all can. You can complete soul contracts. You can release them. So I hope that helps. Hi, Venus. Nice to see you. Hi, Donna. Can you tell me who it was and the message behind it with the image I was shown of a woman and her dog in the trunk of a tree in my yard? Well, let's see. No, actually, what your guides are pointing out to me is that this is something that is your journey. And they're suggesting that you press into it and look at it and look at all the details as much as you can remember of this vision. Make notes, sketch it out, draw it, get it down, and see if there's anything about it that looks familiar, that resonates. Does it stir any feelings and emotions in you when you look at it, or any aspect of it? This is something that's being held up for you to take notice of. I mean, I'd love to help you, but this is one for you to work through. It's just like, staying in your own flow. I don't want to do it for you, because then I steal your opportunity to make your own discovery, if that makes sense. Thank you, Venus, and good luck. Joe says, thank you for the Reiki healing. I think it really kicked in this morning. All right. And helps a lot. Good. Good. Y'all, I'm available to do that for any of you. And I'm happy to do that. Leah, hi, it's so good to see you. Can you please ask my cat, Mouty, if he's being kind to my mom in heaven? Please and thank you. Absolutely. So Mouty comes in almost like with a ball, like as an offering. It's like a little round ball. And he's showing me like rubbing his head, rubbing his neck against this lady. I'm assuming it's your mom. But part of your essence is there as well. So it's like he's having a great time, because you guys, you're what's part of your spirit that's still in the spirit realm is there with your mom. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful energy of togetherness. And Mouty is just basking in it. And now he's playing with this ball and just batting it around and chasing it and pouncing on it and playing, having a good time. There is so much love for you too. So this is Mouty sending you a kiss. So blessings. Oh, miss them both. I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'm really sorry for your loss. And I know I have prayed for you more than once. I think of you often, and hope that things are progressing, as you move through this time. I know it's not an easy time. So thank you, Leah. Lois says Turbo is pretty weak. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, feels tired. You're so welcome. I am so grateful y'all are here. Thank you so much for being here. Man, this is really, you're making my day. I know there are a lot of channels you could tune into and a lot of people you can watch, and I appreciate that you choose to spend this time together with me. So thanks. Bora Bora says, thank you for being here and for the likes. I appreciate it, y'all. We all do. Pia Robinson, how do you get a reading? So if you want to get a private reading, you can go to my website, donnanorris.net, and you can book whatever type of reading you like. And I can also combine within the hour. You don't generally get as in-depth a focus, but I can do a combination. Like if you want an intuitive counseling reading, which is basically tuning into your guides, checking to see if something that's going on is present life or past life or karmic, or, do a soul healing kind of work. That can be an entire hour. Or if you also want to hear from a beloved animal or a certain loved one, I can do a little bit of that too, if you'll let me know at the beginning. So just go in and book the reading that fits you, and I can do it that way. Now, if you want to get a reading here in the live, put a question mark and then ask your question, and then put a question mark at the end, and that helps me find it easy. But just type it into the chat. That's where the mini readings come from. So I'm doing them right here from the chat. So thanks for the question, Pia. Keep going. Just ask in the chat. Jessica Lynn already answered it. I'm a little slow here. Yeah, all caps is good too, Venus. Thanks. I appreciate it. Spirit Triber. I plan to ask for a message from my mom, but I need to ask about Jack. Problem with other dogs at daycare. Will neutering help him? We need him to be good playing with others, no humping. Yes. Oh my gosh. He is like raging hormones. And yeah. Your guides are saying he is definitely going to calm and be a lot better and easier to deal with once he has been neutered. So, and that thankfully can happen anytime. You don't, it's not like females where you have to have the timing that, right and whatnot. So I also think that may help with his training with you. So being a little bit more present and not as distracted. So not as jumpy. I do still feel like he's got another 6 months to a year of just, puppy energy and just being, he wants to be a good boy, but he's just excited. He's a lover of life and he's got lots of energy. So I hope that helps, but definitely I'm getting a green light. Go for the neuter if you can. So thank you, Spirit Triber. I'm glad you're here and thank you for the question. Kathleen says, thanks, my cat Teague still has Casper come spend the night. How does she feel now? Let's see. Teague is feeling still a little lonesome, I guess, kind of missing having another body, but also very peaceful. It feels like an in-between kind of feeling, like not totally over what's been happening, but yeah, better than before. So not totally back to her normal self, though. Hope that makes sense. Pia says, I am in love with my dog's vet in Egypt. He is watching my dog until I return. We had a one-night stand that turned bad the next day. I said very bad words. Will he return emotionally or what is going? I guess that's it. What's going on? Let's see what the guides say. Ooh, this is definitely bringing a soul lesson for you from this encounter with this gentleman. Um, it's almost like, like two magnets, that just attract, and then something triggers, like, one of the magnets flips over and then you're like bouncing off and not able to get back. It's like you're repelling. I guess yours must have been the one that flipped, for things to go bad. I don't know. Somebody's flipped. It's like it just went from super attracted to unable to get together, if that makes sense. It's like there's not a place to meet in the middle, not a place to get back to where that was. And so there's some kind of soul lesson in that. I don't know if that is kind of a pattern or if this is just something that you need to work through with the circumstances of whatever happened with this person. But yeah, so something to look into and really think about, and what your part might have been, so that for whatever it is, whatever the lesson is, you can get that lesson and move on. Thank you. Maybe after you've gotten the lesson and move on, maybe then you guys can, it'll be super attraction again. I don't know, but it feels like there's definitely a lesson there, they're saying. So I hope that helps, Pia. Yeah. Pia says say a little, Leah says say a little prayer to make it less awkward. Jessica Lynn has been feeling the heavy energy. Yeah, it's been heavy for a lot of people. Trying to go through here. Anja. Hello, Anja. Nice to see you here. Hi, Donna. What are my job prospects in the next few weeks? Thanks. Let's see. All kinds of new possibilities in this new moon that's coming in. I hope you're making space and visualizing the kind of job you'd like to have. Even if you don't know details of what you'd like to be doing, what kind of hours you'd like to work, would you be open to days or nights or weekends, or, what kind of schedule and what that would actually look like for you in the day-to-day. How would that make you feel happy? What kind of job would make you feel happy? Because the cards are saying it's a never-ending story, which means you get to create your destiny. You get to create whatever it is that you're looking for. Goodness sakes, because geez, co-create. We're working together with spirit. Spirit symbolized, you can see the oracle in the egg. You can see the owl who looks beyond the surface into the heart of the matter. That's what owl spirit does. And then, of course, cheetah spirit is all about taking the bull by the horns and forging your own path. So knowing what's in your heart, what would you like to really be doing, and going for that. Visualizing yourself already there, thanking your guides in advance for having it worked out for you. It's that walking around with that, this is going to happen for me attitude. This is going to happen. That will cause things to just sort of fall into place, magically line up, so that you get the next opportunity and to entertain the job prospect. So, but it does feel like things are coming. It's not stale energy at all. But it's all up to you to write the next chapter in your never-ending story. Isn't that awesome? I love when they give us full reign. It's not like, we get to happen to life. We don't have to wait for life to happen to us. So good luck, Anja. And I hope that feels good for you. It's kind of exciting for me. Leah has a comment here. Forgiveness is for ourselves too. It feels good saying, I beat blank, whatever, stand proud, your angels are near. Yeah, it does feel good to know that you've walked through something, you've named it, claimed it, let it go, set it aside, and moved on. That's what evolution is about, when we can finally not have any emotion around a particular problem or person or issue, and it's just a non-event. It's just part of what we were. It's no longer who we are, and we can move beyond it. That's part of our evolution. That's why we're here. So yeah, good point, Leah. Lois says it really works. Oh, yes, it really does. It works really well for me, and it's worked for a lot of my clients. So I hope that saying that releasement literally in all directions of time covers you. Oh, Leah, yeah, this is good. Yeah, smiling literally triggers happy chemistry. It's sort of like, if you're, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been a customer service rep or receptionist or anything like that. They tell you to smile when you answer the phone because it changes your tone and it changes the way they receive you and it gives a positive impression. So, think about the way you sound when you just answer the phone and go, hello, versus hello. It really does make a difference. So I love that. Leah, you are full of wise words and wisdom tonight. Thank you. Aran says, I got reprimanded by a higher up at work whom I respected. How can I get into her good graces again? I am very stressed. Again, this is a great use of the releasement. This must be the night for letting everybody know about this intention of releasement, prayer of releasement, whatever you want to call it. I lovingly forgive myself and my boss for what happened between us now and in all directions of time. Because if this is what's going on with this boss is like karmic, like you've had a history in past lives of having conflicts with bosses, or, or being like thinking everything is cool and then getting dressed down and just blindsided by something you weren't even aware was an issue. Those are the kinds of things that you can work through with this and let it go in all directions of time so that you can release it. This will also help you move forward, forgiving yourself with a smile, with that return of your confidence, with the return of grace and your ability to extend grace to others, to that higher up and to all others. You'll be in a better place if that makes sense. Just knowing that you're forgiving yourself, you're forgiving them, you're forgiving the whole situation and whatever might have caused it, now and in all directions of time. See how that works for you, and repeat that every day. So I hope that's helpful. Could you say the intention of releasement one more time before you close? Okay, yes, I can. I'm going to say it now and then I'll say it one more time. I lovingly forgive myself and blank for any and all harms done to me and any harms I may have done to them, now and in all directions of time. I lovingly release this to be transmuted and sent out again as love. I lovingly release the energy to be transmuted and sent back out again as love. So I hope that helps. Bina says it looked exactly like my dog, color and all. Oh my gosh, the woman and the dog look so peaceful. That's amazing. I wonder if you got a glimpse of you and your dog in another life. I don't know if this happened in a dream or if this was like a waking thing that you saw when you're awake, but sounds fascinating. Amazing. Yeah, but this is another good point. I think it hurts us more than our bosses or supervisors, or it wouldn't matter. Pencils have erasers because everybody can make a mistake. That's right. Pray, let yourself off the hook, forgive yourself, and move on. Send them love, send them some joy. Venus says, if time, can you tell me what's coming up for me in June, please? Absolutely. Why do I feel like it's hot where you live? It's going to be hot. Not everybody lives in the heat. I feel like, I live in the heat, but I also feel like for you, it's going to be hot. More than usual. Ooh, this is really cool. Oh, this is really cool. Oh my God. Okay, so you are going to have some really cool stuff coming up in June, Venus. First of all, I feel like, this is building blocks. This is the foundation. This is like from an emotional standpoint, knowing your value system, being in touch and okay with who you are as a person, knowing that you don't have to live to meet other people's expectations. You feel good about how you're living your life. You meet your expectations, right? So you can meet the world shoulders up, head up, and that's emotional building blocks. And then your physical building blocks is like if you're trying to gear up for a move, or you're saving up to, buy a car, or take a vacation, or buy a house, you're setting your blocks into place. You're getting things in order and you're getting ready to do something. And then what it's saying, the energy you're going to be coming into is exchanging gifts. So this is like all about reciprocity, give and take, meeting friends, sharing some things that, maybe it might be your superpower, and then having them share with you, like, I don't know, invite a friend over and you cook for them. And the next time you go to their house and they cook for you. It's just those kinds of things, just exchanging energy, exchanging gifts, spending good time, enjoying and getting to know and exploring other aspects of other people, other places, other things. This is not just about, people relationships, but this is about, just really exchanging energy, because what it's going to lead to, I know this looks like a burned out husk of a tree, but if you look closely, there are new leaves forming. This is new life. The card is regeneration. It is all about rebirth or a new birth or bringing something new into being, taking your next evolutionary step up. This could be a big up level for you. So it sounds like it's going to be a fun time. Maybe a little warm, but it's going to be a good time for you to keep just setting up your building blocks, being confident in your foundation, so that you can get out there and exchange your special gifts with other people and have a good time and explore. It might lead to a new beginning. Sounds like it will. Looks like it will, according to the cards and spirit. So right on. I wouldn't mind having a June like that. Oh, Leah says, I'm so busy. My left knee and shoulder are torn up. I'm working 2 jobs. Holy smokes. Goodness sakes. I will send you some healing. I certainly will. I'm going to put you in my book. Knee and shoulder. Got it. Okay. Got it. Hi, Donna. Angela C. Will the west coast of Florida experience hurricanes this season? Oh, girl, I'm in the Keys. So let's see. We seem to get everything. If it's coming into the Gulf, most often it comes past us. I do see one coming across. Yes, for the Gulf Coast of Florida. I do see it. It's nothing like, oh God, what was that one? Helene, what was it last year that was just a real booger? This one is doesn't feel like it's got quite that much velocity to it, but it is going to be, it's going to upset the apple cart for a little bit. Yeah. And I feel like there may be another one too. Not as strong, like a tropical storm or something as well. So yeah, get ready and yeah, be ready. Mike's weather page. I don't know if any of y'all watch Mike's weather page, but he does a national thing, but he's really a terrific hurricane tracker. Any of y'all live on the East Coast or the Gulf Coast, Mike's weather page is amazing. I think he's on Facebook. Spirit Triber says, we were told 1 year minimum, but that is 4 more months. So hard with Emma. Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully it's only like, 4 or 6 more months, something like that, and then he will settle down. But the neuter will certainly help. He won't have that raging testosterone all the time. So Leah says, Donna, please, what time is your animal communication class for Central Time? They usually start at 2 in the afternoon, so it would be 1 o'clock Central Time. So, and then the practice sessions at night, they're at 8 o'clock, so that would be 7 Central Time. The Animal Communication 101, the 4-week class that I'm doing this summer, that one is 4 sessions, that are in the afternoon, a weekend afternoon, and then I think it's Sundays. And then Tuesday night, we have a practice for 1 hour so that you can get some more reading practice in, receiving a reading and giving a reading, and getting feedback on those readings from me so that you can build your skills. So it's cool. Then there's one on June 22nd. Now I hear that's the 3-hour one. So I guess that would be from 1 to 4. Gosh, I'll have to look at my calendar. Hold on. Let me see. So it's at 3 o'clock my time. Be 2 o'clock your time, 2 to 4. So I hope that helps, Leah. I'd love to see you there. Love to see all y'all there. It's a really fun basics of animal communication. That's a really fun class. Gets you on your way with communicating with your animals. Michelle has a question. can you please tell me when I will meet the perfect person for me? Well, the way we define perfect person and the way spirit defines perfect person is oftentimes two different things, because our higher self, our soul, looks at the people we meet and the relationships we get into from a higher perspective of what kind of soul lesson is this person going to bring. What did they soul contract with this person before either one of them came into body? What's the karmic payback here? Whereas when we look at the perfect person for us, we tend to think of it more in terms of, our expectations and where we are in life right now. But all of us are, evolving souls, and the other person is evolving soul too. And so when two people come together, it's sort of like their evolutionary circles overlap. We don't always grow at the same time, at the same rate, I should say. So there's always got to be some give and take. That's where the sticking together, sticking with it when times are a little tough, and wait for the other person, to get back in sync. Um, it's difficult because it happens on both sides when you're in a relationship. But in terms of your timing, if you feel like you're in a good place and you would like to meet someone like yourself who can, if you're the kind of person that you would like to date, in other words, then that's when your perfect person will come along. If you feel like there's still some room for improvement, then odds are they're feeling the same thing wherever they are in their evolutionary circle, and the timing just isn't right quite yet. So that's a really tough question, open-ended. So that would maybe in a private session to get more detail would be a good idea. But that's just a little tough to do without knowing any background info. But I wish you luck, and that's the best thing that any of us can do, is be the kind of person we would want to date, because like attracts like, water seeks its own level. So you're going to be a magnet for someone whose experiences, whose attributes, and even whose scars, align with yours, so that you can complement one another. And I hope it's soon. I do hope it's soon. So put yourself out there, smile, and see what happens. Act as if you've already got them. You really are amazing, just all on your own anyway. CC Angel says, hello, are there any messages from my guides or husband David, who has crossed over? Let's see. There is an issue with your sleep, and there's something about making a shift, or perhaps like drinking some herbal tea or something like that right before you go to bed, something that would help settle your stomach and give you a really good, peaceful, restful night's sleep. But there's something going on with your sleep. And I do feel David stepping forward. He's coming in with a springtime bouquet, like all different colors of different color flowers, and even like a tiger lily in there, but like a springtime bouquet for you. Don't know if that has any special significance, but there's a beautiful smile and almost like a theatrical bow as you're being presented with these beautiful flowers from your husband. So I hope that, and love. You know what? For those of us who give us readings all the time, it's hard to resist the temptation to say, "Oh, everybody says that," but your husband is really sending you love. So I hope you can receive that and receive his gift of flowers. And I hope maybe he always gave you flowers. Maybe he never gave you flowers, but it would be really interesting to know if there's some significance to the flowers. And thank you so much for the question. And I hope you can figure out what's going on with the sleep. It feels like it has something to do with like snacking or I don't know, something sitting heavy on your stomach when you're trying to go to sleep, if that makes sense. Boy, y'all are so supportive of each other in this group. I just love this. Anja says, I have a general description of what I want to experience, but not the job itself. That's okay. Feel into that general description. Feel into, excited to get up in the morning, ready to go, and just start acting as if it's already there and thanking your guides for bringing it to you in advance. And see if it's just amazing how that works, how you can literally draw it in. And you can also, y'all know I love crystals. So you can get a green aventurine, you can get a piece of jade, you can get a piece of malachite. Hold please, I'll show you what they look like. This is green aventurine. And this is a tumble. It comes in rough stone too, but it's a really good for drawing in abundance, for drawing in prosperity, for drawing in that new opportunity, that new work. And this is malachite. You can see it's a much richer green with a lighter green bands and deals running through it. This is a beautiful stone for bringing in, dollars, for bringing in money, for bringing in a new job. And you can hold it in your left hand. That's your receiving hand. Most people are right-handed, which means your right hand is your giving hand, and that would make your left hand your receiving hand. If you're left-handed, then you can put it in your right hand would be your receiving hand, but put it in your receiving hand and receive the new job, receive the new offer, receive the increase in abundance, the increase in money. It could just be same money as what you're making now, but an increase in abundance because it's more of what you want to do, more like the kind of stuff you want to be doing. So that's also a form of abundance, the pleasure and the joy it brings from having the new opportunity. So you can try using crystals to amplify your energy as you're feeling into it. So sorry. That's what I was answering, Anja. Oh, sorry. There you go. So I hope that works. Those crystals are not expensive and they're easy to find. You can, even if you don't have access to go and buy the crystal itself, you can get on your computer and maybe do a print of one and just fold a piece of paper up and put that in your pocket and carry that around. But it's all about the intention of drawing in the abundance, drawing in that new opportunity. So let's see. Aran, people are sending you so much compassion, so much understanding. Let yourself off the hook. And the judgment of the weight of our judgment is on our own shoulders. And you deserve all the love in the universe. Every one of us does. But, you do. You do. So I hope you can receive that from us. Give it to yourself. Then you can extend it to your boss. And things can just kind of go up from there. Anja said EFT might be useful in this situation. This is for you, Aran. Even though I got reprimanded by my boss, and now I don't know what to do. Yeah, that's I accept and forgive myself. That's good. Tapping is good. MW says, can I have a message from my sweet Clementine who passed in October? Yeah, let's see. Wow, Clementine is coming in really expansive, really like feeling like as if they were drawn in before they crossed, And now they feel so much restored, like even beyond their prime, restored, feeling really happy, very calm, definitely at peace. Clementine's saying that, it was a hard one. This was a hard lifetime, and that they feel like they did well. Clementine feels like she did well. So I hope you feel the same. I hope you get that resonates with you. But she feels like she did her job well, what she came here to do. So I hope that helps you. We are now, doggone it, at the end of the hour. Thank you so much, people, for being here. Every single one of you. For the readings I didn't get to, I will be doing another one of these on Saturday. They're usually at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So please stay tuned, check my channel. I'll be posting that. If not tonight, I'll be posting it tomorrow so that you guys can have notice. But I will see you guys again. Please bring your questions back if you weren't able to get your question answered. And I look forward to working with you on Saturday afternoon. Okay. Thanks, everyone. And bye for now. Don't forget that sending that releasement out in all directions of time to yourself and the other person. Bye. Love y'all.